Good morning, everybody. It's Susan Cook with Rialto Academy, and I am here today with Karen Ekofo with Echo Title. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm fine. We come to you every week with Dulles Area Association of Realtors talking points and also some title tips. Karen gives us real life scenarios that she has seen in the field. And also some industry news and things that are going on within our industry. So we missed last week. We've been doing this for a couple of months, so I apologize, but I didn't get it, and we had an event. Let's just not go through all the whole thing. So how are you doing today, Karen?
I am good. It is warm, and I'm loving how we're finally starting to get warm temperatures, right?
Yeah, it'll be hot before you know it.
I know. But hey, I'll take that over below freezing temperatures.
I know, right? My feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah. I know. I like working here with no shoes on and no socks. The joys of working from home, you know?
You're so funny.
Hang on. Let me get this talking points back up again, and let's kind of go through. And there's a lot of stuff on here, and oh my goodness. Yeah, there we go. So the DAR is having their Realtors gain insight from the future of housing at DAR's 13th Economic Summit. That's going to be on, it was last Friday. So here are some of the few takeaways. Lisa Sturdivant, Chief Economist, Virginia Realtors. The national, state, and regional economy continues to perform well with no signs of impending recession. We like that.
Yes, indeed.
Mortgage rates will remain low through the spring and likely will not increase beyond 5% in 2019. Yes.
All right.
It may be difficult to attract a sufficient number of workers due to the lack of affordable housing to support economic growth. This continues to be a huge problem here, especially in Loudoun County.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Terry Clower, George Mason University, Loudoun will experience some Amazon HQ2 effect. Retirees will stay in place. They can't sell if you don't have something to move to. Price pressure continues, but constrained by affordability. Loudoun County will grow as fast as it is permitted. New construction is coming online. There is a lot of new construction that is not on our MLS system, and I tell my clients all the time to get out there and preview, so that you can talk to your clients about what is available.
Right.
Honorable Phyllis Randall, Chair, Loudoun County Board of Supervisors. The supervisors will vote on a new comprehensive plan this year. Realtors need to come out and speak this month. And we have another topic about that. Attainable housing is an issue for the workforce. The county is considering policies and resources to promote affordable housing to support the county's growing economy. And on the website, there is a copy of the presentation. Topic number 2, 8 hours of CE plus quarterly rental workshop offered this week. Ooh, that's a good topic. 8 hours of industry-leading CE topics will be offered free for members on Wednesday, April the 11th from 8 to 5 p.m. at DART. And now let me emphasize that is free, okay? Free.
If you're a member of DAR.
Yes, if you're a member of DAR. However, there are several agents out there that I know of that could use the help that working with renters will give them. So for free education, go to DAR and take this important class. Register for contracts, legal updates, estates and wills, septic and well, and reverse mortgage classes taught by our expert instructors. Topic number 3, inventory issues. The time is now. Say yes for homes in Loudoun County. It's time for you to say yes for homes and tell the Board of Supervisors that you support housing policies to help build vibrant communities by addressing the housing shortage. Sign up to speak at one of Loudoun County's public hearings this month about the draft Loudoun 2040 comprehensive plan.
And I think, doesn't that plan include, I think because they just approved, I want to make sure I say, is it Silverline West?
I'm not sure. I'm not aware of that. I tell my clients all the time, be aware of what's going on in the community. And I haven't had time to go for the Board of Supervisor meetings that DAR has been able to produce. And I need to get over there and sit in a seat myself, practice preach. Yeah.
So I think that's on the plan for the 2040. It encompasses extending Shellhorn Road and a couple of other roads so that you don't have to use 267. So it'll be a different route, which is nice. They're going to widen Loudoun County Parkway. And I think the units that have been approved, I think the number is 3,700, and it's, townhouses mixed in with commercial. I'm not sure if there's going to be any single family houses built in that. I can't recall off the top of my head, but that's something that is on the books, which would be, nice. Especially that road, those roads.
You're quickly becoming very industrial looking, all around, which, it's clean.
Yeah.
Industrial, I grew up in a small community in Texas that all we had was chemical plants,
Oh, yeah.
We'll take this. All right.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Illinois where we had farmland, right? So farmland, as far as you could see, it was, you had to drive about 20 minutes or so to get to, maybe where there might be a library, a grocery store, which is fine. It was great for growing up, but obviously you need the development. But it was good because obviously the farmland provides us with food, right? Very important.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so what you got for us today, Miss Karen? What kind of title tip do you have for us?
Yeah, so sometimes this pops up. You have a transaction where you've either got two sellers and one seller dies, or you've got a seller, just a single seller, and that seller dies. So I usually get the question of, what do we do, right? Can the transaction still go on? Is there anything special that has to be done? And fortunately, the forms committee, when they drafted our contract, put a language in there that says that the contract continues for the heir successors signs legal representatives of that person. So that's great because that's already built in. So I usually will say, hey, obviously we'll need proof of death. And the type of proof of death that is required will depend on the title insurance company that is underwritten through. Ours has actually gotten a little bit more, allows more different types of proof of death. So the norm used to be, I've got to have a death certificate, right? Got to have a death. And that's still the best proof, is a death certificate. But sometimes, maybe given some of the circumstances surrounding the person's death, maybe they died overseas, or maybe they died out of state, or it was very sudden and they want to do an autopsy. So, obituaries are good. Those are, we'll accept that as a proof of death. And that helps because sometimes getting a death certificate, it's government, it's bureaucratic. So it might take a while. So that helps to keep the transaction, on track, so that it closes on time. But, there is a provision in the contract that does allow it to continue even if a seller dies, like if you've got a couple sellers or one seller dies. And, so we can work through that with you.
Yeah.
So don't panic.
That happened to one of my coaching clients.
Oh, yeah?
She was representing her uncle and selling the house, and he finally got the price right.
Yeah.
He was always ill, but then suddenly he took a turn for the worse, and right before it closed, he passed away. And so she worked through it. She's down in Richmond, So
Yeah.
we worked through that, and it is going to close in the next couple of weeks, which is a great relief to the family.
Sure.
You know,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
yeah, because they needed the funds, you know,
Mhm.
to settle the estate, you know.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it is a tricky situation, but she was able to navigate it, and I think that she did the same thing with
Yeah.
of her title company down there.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
wow, that is a really loaded topic, you know, and
Right.
as our population,
Mhm.
you know,
Ages.
ages,
Right.
we all need to understand that our team is really, really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Consider Miss Karen and her team over there when you have some type of title issue, you know, and you're looking at some difficult. I know that she always talks about difficult situations here and how her and her staff are able to navigate it very successfully.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, do you have any events or anything coming up this week?
Not this week. I think next week I wanted to actually check my calendar, but I ran out of time. But I think, let me see, let me look. I think it is on, yes. So on the 18th, April 18th, I think the class that I'm going to teach is tips for writing a winning contract.
Oh,
yeah. So it's just
send me the link for that. I have some coaching
okay.
points I want to send to that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll definitely do that. And it's a combination. Some are practical, some are a little bit high level. You know, some are negotiating because this is a very competitive market. You know, we're seeing multiple offers, we're seeing escalations. People are, and I worked this weekend with some buyers who were just like, I hope the buyer, they were selling their house, and they were like, I hope that buyer signs our contract soon so we can put a contract in on this house before it hits the market, right? And get it, because it was going to be a very I think popular property, and there were going to be a lot of offers on it. So so yeah, it's that's what we're facing. So
yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Really be that professional, be that expert, and only a full-time real estate, well, a dual career can as well. You know, I don't like to call them part-time. They are, if you are successful, then you have two jobs and it's dual career. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you need to stay in touch with industry, you know, ins and outs, and who better to learn it from than an attorney like Karen.
Right. Oh, thanks. Now, what have you got going on? You've got anything?
Well, I have an author coming to town this week.
Ooh.
And I'm so excited. Julie Nelson is coming to town, and she is going to be doing a training on Friday, and right in Fair Oaks.
Wow.
Fair Oaks Shopping Center around the Mantech building.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's going to be giving away the companion workbook. Let me see if I got one right over here. Yeah.
Woohoo, look at you.
Every participant's going to get this workbook right here, and they're going to be able to, you know, get Julie to sign their book. If they don't have one, they can get a book. And we are going to get interrupted here, so I guess I'm going to have to sign off.
Okay.
You know, I've had fun.
I've had fun too, and we'll see you next time, right?
Okay, hon.
All
Take
right,
care.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.